Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3 Valderis Refinery, blue team. Overtly Gemerous is an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal, a passive health regeneration aura. Alongside a couple of Imperial guard we have Zeno as a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee, begins with a refractor shield. Rounded off the team, Katla as a Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers really strong defense and support, can also add to the retinue. The Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme here. Red team, some Orks, we have Cry with a Kommando Nob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter alongside Peroncho Devaluador with a Mekboy, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky gadgets. And rounding off the teams, Lord Kelvin with a Plague Champion starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair, just hanging out at some heavy cover here. Trying to outshoot some tactical marines who are fast capping the power point. I think they're going to get it. Apothecary's here to throw the heal in. Oh, maybe it's been used already. Sluggers, oh, they got a model. Lord Commissar comes in now. Apothecary heals himself. Sluggers going straight after him. Mekboy comes teleporting in to left hook some scouts, apparently. Not sure why. Could have just shot at them. Probably got a model. Probably got a model if he teleported to that heavy cover point over there. Still chasing them down. Sluggers having to retreat. Shooter boys helping out a bit, but there's a sentinel trying to pick them off. The Sluggers barely got out. So yeah, that's like 100 and something wreck of Sluggers dead. And they only killed one marine. More shooters dropping. Heretics coming in with a Doom Blast, but a big special puts them in big trouble. Can they make it out? Tax shooting them up. I think they have... Yeah, I think they're far enough away now. I think. They made it. They did make it. Sentinel now gets repairs. The scouts could also help to repair. Tax with a flamer. Overtly Gemerous looking for a power bash on this west side here. CSM dealt with. I think they can push through. I mean, there's two heroes here, but the Plague Champion's quite low. But here comes a Death Gun. Try and shut this down with suppression. Scouts get into melee. There we go. Very quick to react there with the scouts. And this is Zeno coming mid to harass some shooter boys who are not in a good spot. Need to run, fellas. There you go. Plague Champion must run now. The Death Gun is set up. Is able to teleport away, turn and set up, and Sluggers come in to pounce on the tax. They get a model. Can they get another? No, they did a decent job on the scout on the tax so far, though, these Sluggers. Maybe get some burners, eh, fellas? They spent their power on the early Death Gun, I suppose. Got some looters up for Zero Cry. And Raptors on the field for Lord Kelvin. There's your jump. These guys suppress when they land with that cacophony effect. Scaring off the guardsmen. I mean, you would be scared of, typically, I think. Some Raptors land on you. Trying to cap up the west side. Raptors trying to get to the VP. No shotguns up for Gemerous yet. They didn't have, or they've gone for purification rights before the shotguns. Used their heal already here, looks like. Overtly's going to stay here and brawl. Have they judged it perfectly? This Raptors can't jump. But I think they're going to go down. They are going to go down. Should get revived from here. Not sure why those goes Doom Blasted. To suppress the Commissar, I guess. But it's not like the CSM are trying to kite. Sluggers do not make it out this time. What's going on the east side of the map? Commando against the Lord General. We have some Catachan Devils on the field. Big grenade barrage there from the Catachans. Their grenade launcher ability. Long range disruption. Didn't need to use it at long range. They took a bunch of damage over the Catachans. And the Sentinel drops as well. Massive pressure here from Zero Cry. And they bash the power Cry. This gen's super low. This gen's pretty low too. Katla is reeling with just Catachans and Guardsmen. Even the Lord General himself is down. Which means Derek and Nigel will also not with us anymore. They don't even leave bodies behind, those fellas. More Catachan Devils on the way. Looters making it difficult to break out. Catachans can use their grenade barrage, but then they get rushed down by sluggers, I suppose. More Catachans will help. And here comes Overtly with the assist. Shotgun scouts doing their thing, but they get duckered because these shooter boys are fully upgraded. Well, one of them is fully upgraded, but they both have Nob leaders, so there's quite a lot of DPS flying out of those fellas, not to mention the Commando's twin link shooter, which does some good DPS. They got all the gens down. Can they decat? Do they care? Kommando Nob's going for it. Here's the assist from Zeno now. Trying to help out. Shotgun blasting Catachans. Fry needs to be very careful here not to overstay there. Welcome with a 2v1 against them, basically. Bunch of Daka on the Catachans. Just melting through them. Only dropped 2 models though. That's Zeno off the field now. Where's the Commissar? Oh, they rushed into base. There's the repurchase. Oh, it was the Laramans. Overtly gets them both back onto the field with Laraman's blessing there. Very nice global to have in that situation. Zeno goes tier 2. Peroncho Devaluador, who lost their sluggers, they got nothing else up in tier 1, I don't think, aside from their death gun. Did they even get... Oh, they did get big shooters up. But yeah, they went straight tier 2. Might see a quick Death Dread stomping around. They just purchased something else, I think. Not sure what it was. 439 to 399. Red team are taking the mid. This is huge amounts of pressure from Fry. Still on the field here. Zeno comes in from the flank. Finally gets those shooter boys and the looters to leave, but the Commando's still in play. Zeno, they've now retreated. Red team have the mid. Raptors jumping on attacks. There's that purification right seal from the Apothecary, who's in melee mode apparently. Not using their customized Stormbolt to range. There we go. Now they're shooting stuff. Grenade on retreating Raptors. Nicely done. Kills one of them. Maybe if they placed that absolutely perfectly, they could have got 2 of them. But I don't think it was possible to kill all 3 with a frag grenade there. Looks like Katla is going to be the last player to go tier 2. They got double Catachans up. Not sure if they spent power on something else and lost it. They champion fleas. They got a light grenades. Bloodletters on the way for Lord Kelvin. Still nothing up for Peroncho. Are they just rushing tier 3 here? Maybe. Overtly goes tier 2 as well, halfway there. Katla does start it up, and we got Ogrins on the way for Zeno. Yes, it's tier 3 for Peroncho. Could see some very quick tier 3 units coming up. Not sure what kind of time we're at. But it doesn't feel like 10 minutes have gone by yet. Some repairs for the Sentinel. Good stomp on the Heretics. I don't know why they ran in there. That was a bad fight to try and take. Maybe they're trying to keep them away from the power, maybe. In that case, they succeeded. Raptors have their aspiring champion. Scouts go all sneaky-like. And there's not anything here to spot them. Those shooters don't have Nob leaders, and the Heretics got forced off. Aspiring champion in now for the CSM. Chainsword on bolt pistol for that fella. Allows them to use the slaughter ability. Oh, they found him. Oh, they got a Nob leader in, that's right. Could spot them there. Bloodletters are there, yes they are, but I only see one of the models there for some reason. Full auto on the Mekboy's face. Meanwhile, Katla trying to break out on the east side. Lord Commissar could get maybe a cheeky decap. Oh, looks like the Apothecary is going for it. While the tax gets suppressed by aiming. What's that? 418 to 344. 2-to-1 cap for blue. Can they get a double? Looks like the blue's natural's being taken overtly on the other side of the map. Plasma cannon is up. Sometimes we do see overtly gets a plasma cannon in tier 2. But often they'll just rush straight to tier 3 with tactical marines. But we see a plasma cannon this time. Heretics rushing them down. Oh, they didn't go for the plasma cannon, no. That's going to be a painful shot. I don't know why they stuck to the scouts. Light grenade goes in on all this guardsman stuff. of fellas died. Ogryns are okay. Noxious Cloud not moving over there. Plague Champion, though, has got the Plague Fist and Armor of Pestilence, so it's quite tough, quite dangerous in melee. Slow as hell, though. They can chuck light grenades and stuff if they get into melee with him, I suppose. They lost some stuff there, alright. Lord Kelvin did lose their heretics completely. Did they have something else up? I don't think they did. Peroncho floating requisition like crazy. I guess they could buy some gens maybe. Are they even missing any? No, they don't have any of the contested power points. Something just got smacked to death. It was the Plague Champion got smacked to death by Ogryns while I was looking at the map. Kommando Nob. So you got, oh, special shooter, mega boom kit, and these stick bombs. Now what does this do, the stick bombs? Does it give them more? Oh, damage increased when you get the mega boom kit, okay. Same amount of stick bombs, they just do more damage. Weird Boy on the way for Cry, and a Nob squad coming out for Peroncho. Can they deal with that? They have the Ogryns, which are good for disruption. Also spotters, if you can time it. They've got Stormtroopers who could get an assault kit for a grenade. Sentinel can stomp. Lord Commissar might want to get the sword up so he can disrupt with lead by example. Nob squad is in the field. Mekboy goes down though. I'm not sure if they had super tough beam queued up or something. 418 to 280. Big VP lead for the blue team. Lord Kelvin's not able to get anything else on the field apparently. Did their power get hit? Their power did get hit. The node was down there. Apothecary falls. They've now seen the Nob squad. Raptors have lost their aspiring champion. Nob squad get their Nob leader. Are they going to just fully upgrade these guys before they get anything else? It's a decent map for tanks, I think. I think a tank would do decently well. You can kind of set up Nob pushes with the boom gun. Here we go. Can they deal with all of this by themselves? There's User Red to knock them over. Spotters doing their thing as well. Aura of Discipline to keep the Ogryns healed. And now they get stomped. Doing pretty well to deal with them there. That was quite well played by Zeno, I think. Nob squad weren't really able to deliver their damage. Mekboy's back to their feet, but they're in trouble immediately. Yeah, Peroncho needs more units on the field. I mean, you've got a Nob squad that's fine and dandy, but you need to support them with something. Chaos Space Marines with Marco Zinch have not leveled up yet, but they now flee to level up another time, I suppose. Tier 3s all round, or Tier 3s all round on the blue team. Another Nob squad for Peroncho, and that's going to be rough. Exponentially more difficult to deal with two Nob squads, especially if they're coming in from different angles, which is how you ideally use them. Just running from the same direction, like on top of each other, then whatever disrupts one of them might disrupt them both. You want to try and make that not so easy to do for your enemy. Tier 3 for Lord Kelvin. That's a big risk. What is their power income? Oh, 49 isn't bad. Katla's down to 2 units as well. Blue team might get a triple though. Gonna get a double, definitely. There it is. Scouts on capping duty. Tax. Uh-oh. Here comes the Nob squad. They do have purification rights to knock them back. But they're just gonna get back up again. And crack you. Armor of the Apothecary in as well. You can see that Apothecary sprinting around. Beautiful grenade. Superbly done there on those scouts by Overtly. Yeah, Nob squad on the tax causes them to retreat. Apothecary just created a bunch of distance for themselves using their sprinting armor of the Apothecarian. Raptors, can you get a retreat kill? They killed one of them. They can't jump again though. There's the tier 3s for everyone now. Plague Champion gets onto the VP. Natural VP for the blue team, so they're going to get a 2-to-1, I think. Maybe even a triple. Although Zeno's projecting some strength in the mid. Katla's here too with Melter Gun, Lord General. There's a Noxious Cloud though. That is nasty. Global ability of the Plague Champion. You saw it earlier. Did some good work there. Ogren's throwing their weight around though. They're not messing about. Raptors can't deal with them. Did a good job against the Nob Squad earlier. Nob Squad just bludgeoned the Apothecary to death. There's the other one. Off the field right now, healing up and reinforcing. How much is it to reinforce a Nob Squad? It is 15 power. Pretty pricey. Was that 75 rec, 15 power? I think it was. Aura of Decay after the Pestilence Strike. I don't think you want to stay here though, Mr. Plague Champion. Judges it correctly, maybe. Ogres are pretty fast. Gets away. Got a few hits in, but they just got healed off by the Aura of Discipline, I think. Triple cap for the red team. What is Cry going to get up first? They have tons of power. Just waiting for the requisition to catch up. Stormlord on the way for Zeno. And a Rocks dropped in. It seemed to be bad news for Katla, but some squads made it out. Kassakin made it out barely. Garton made it out barely. Lord the General did not. They've had a rough time over there, Katla, so far. 1-to-1 Cat overtly has their Terminators up. Going for the Cyclone Missile Launcher. Stormlord's going to do fantastic DPS to the Nob Squads. They are heavy infantry. And we got some Chosen Plague Marines now. Unique unit to the Plague Champion. Melee Plague Marine fellas with damage over time. Can create zombies and stuff. Passively damage nearby enemies that are... well, all nearby enemies, I suppose. Does it proc against vehicles and stuff, or is it only infantry? I guess it wouldn't really do much against vehicles. It's only piercing damage, I think. We now have Bullgrins for Zeno. Fellas with their slab shields, they can use your shield now. Which I think the jury's still out whether use your shield is better than use your head. Because being able to disrupt stuff is so good. I guess use your shield has a wider radius. You can suppress an entire army with it, potentially. And it does give you more defensive bonuses as well. Bunch of heals there from advanced healing. Plague Champions, the Chosen Plague Marines got in and used Nurgle's Rock, which is what you see here. So if they die, they'll create zombies. Lasts a while. Raptors jumping in. That's a brave jump with Bullgrins right there. There's the use your shield procced. Stormlord is on the field, making its way to the mid. Can the blue team set up and stabilize here now? Nob Squad, quite low. Here comes another Nob Squad though. They've got triple Peroncho. Triple Nob Squad on the field. There is the Stormlord. Stunned Ogrins. One of the Nob Squads is persuaded to leave. The other two are smashing up the Ogrins. Rocket Run comes in. First run was pretty good. Second run didn't do much. Yeah, Bullgrins got messed up there, but the Nob Squad are off the field. All three of them, I believe. Battle Wagon on the way for Cry. Kelvin has a Chaos Predator. They might go for Marco Siege to try and do some DPS to that Stormlord. But for right now, they are taking out the Plasma Cannon, and they're going to wipe it, I think. Yep, with some help from Chaos Space Marines. We've got some Melter Raptors. They can do some work against the Stormlord, eh? There's the jump. Does the Stormlord have a minimum range on the Vulcan Mega Bolter? Well, these guys aren't at it because they just did a heinous amount of DPS. There's the Melter Bomb. With the Chosen Plague Marines and CSM doing some work against the Terminators. Drop two of them. They can reinforce on the Stormlord, can't they? They're not doing it. They should be able to reinforce on this thing. Oh, they died. They got a zombie Terminator too. Get in with Zeno there. I thought he could reinforce off this. Can Terminators not do it? Chaos Pred got a big chunk of XP already. Overtly says can't. I think they were just taking a long ass time to get to the back there. Big zap gun shot from the battle wagon, now taking some bullgrin hits from those power mauls that they use. Stormlord is in danger, big danger. The tank is chasing, the battle wagon is chasing. Battle wagon is taking huge amounts of damage though. Can the Chaos Predator get it done? Battle wagon I don't think is going to get away here. They got the Stormlord. The tank I think is going to be okay. But I'm not sure if the battle wagon is. Bullgrins, yeah, and the Lord Commissar's got a fist, I think, Fist of Rockets. They take it down. 305 to 137 on the VPs. Still got a triple Nob squad, overtly down to Tax and Scouts. Messing up some Raptors here. There's full auto, a very strange full auto. And they flee. 305 to 137 still. Who's going to get the 2? Who's going to get the 2? They champions on it. Gets the 2 to 1. They may get a triple. They're going to get their natural back too. Chaos Pred goes down. Little bit sloppy there from Kelvin. He did that thing way back after it escaped from that base. Tried to keep it in play. Level 7 Apothecary doing huge big heals. And has a bunch of energy to power this as well. This advanced healing. Land Raider coming, says Overtly. Indeed it is. And another Stormlord for Zeno. Alrighty then. Are the Nob squads all upgraded? Yes, they are. Well, those guys are getting their hammers. I don't know if they have hammers. They're getting the hammers now, I think. Make them more dangerous. Chosen Plaguemarines level 2. CSM getting kind of messed up, but a level 3 there's a grenade. And they wipe. Beautifully done by Overtly. Chosen Plaguemarines exploding. They're just way, way outnumbered here. Need to get away. They might get their power bash from that west side, the red team now. As Kelvin's quite depleted. Leman Russ on the way for Katla. Might be to get execution and Leman Russ for all these snobs. It's risky though. Kassakin using their grenade launchers. 247 to 127. Yeah, some heavy hitters coming up for the blue team. Can they help them cement this lead? They still have the 2 to 1 right now. They have a VP lead. These Bullgrins have been awesome, level 3. Level 10 Lord Commissar doing huge amounts of work as well. The Lord General now has back in the fight. Some health regen. Another plasma cannon on the way for Overtly. They're probably just waiting for the cooldown on Terminators now. There's the Land Raider Redeemer. Friendly units can retreat back to it and heal up and reinforce. So they just park it in the mid to give them huge stability here. Sluggers. Need to run, I think, fellas. Here comes the Nob squads, though. Oh, only one of them. Where are the others? There's one. Another one was in retreat. Running out of VPs here, the red team. Now they're facing some big heavy hitters. Pride got another battle wagon. There it is. Even Russ does not have an upgrade yet. Yeah, I think they all have hammers now. That Nob squad, so they get those momentum bonuses. Isn't it 8% per hit? Yeah. Big deal. But they can quite easily get 3 rings in a fight. That's 24% more damage right there. Pretty nuts. Rocket launcher commando hunting down the Leman Russ inside the battle wagon. Can they get it done? Maybe. I mean, the Lord General does have melters, which is something for the battle wagon to be careful of. Land Raiders in the mid. It's blue. 1-to-1 cap. 247 to 55. Leman Russ, I think, is safe. Stun bomb. Hits it. And they back off. Well played. Kelvin gets the VP. Drops a nuke in to stop these guys grabbing it back. At least for a while. Imperial Abyss, was that a good use of it? I mean, they're down to 55 VPs. They've got to stop those caps. Great Unclean One on the way for Lord Kelvin. Triple Nobs and a Great Unclean One running at you. Can they deal with that? Aura of Discipline doing huge amounts of work, I feel like. They need to try and focus down that Lord Commissar. We got to send one Nob squad against them. Probably only one could fight him at a time. Battle wagon is getting kind of low. Lord the General on the offensive. Here come flash kits for Cry now. Another Lehman Russ for Katla, heavy weapons squad. Oh, with the las cannon. I thought they were going for heavy bolt in the middle to try and control the Nobs. Here's a push from Peroncho. I mean, they can't keep waiting, I guess. There's User Shield. All the Nobs pop their frenzy to give them suppression immunity, but it's worn off. They're now getting suppressed. Now their User Shield is worn off. And there's non-shell fall. Beautifully timed by the Lord Commissar. That's why I need to focus that guy down. They did not do it. They didn't damage him at all, looks like. Good stick bomb throw on those Wolverines there. But they got all the way through. And he didn't drop a model, so now they're just going to heal up from the Aura of Discipline. Battle wagon charges through. Great unclean one is here. So he's taking some damage. That's cannon's going to be getting shots on something. Looks like it's getting shots on the battle wagon. Down it goes. Lehman Russ got the last hit. And now I don't know if this great unclean one's going to be safe. There's those guards with the plasmas. That's a las cannon as well. There's some Lehman Russes. Yeah, I don't think it's going to survive. Stormlord does huge amounts of damage to this big fella. Down it goes. Should have got the Phobos maybe. Lord Kelvin's down to a single unit. The triple Nobs just haven't really pulled their weight so far. I don't think they've been used super well. Does have a super tough team. I don't think you just run them all into the Wolverines. I think you send one to the Lord Commissar and try to go after maybe softer targets. With the frenzy up so you don't get suppressed. 180 to 46. Blue team looking to seal the win. And I think they've broken the red team now. I mean, they still have triple Nobs, which is incredibly scary, but Lord Kelvin has very little on the field. Plague Champion is down as well, and he's a great tool to cap stuff, and they're down. Apothecary levels to 9. 180 to 33. 2-1. I thought blue team were done for when Overtly lost those Terminators so quickly. Look how much resources they have. They are not spending them. Surely the Terminators will fall down now. Yeah, the Stormlord is vicious. That is the plasma cannon shot that missed there. Noxious Cloud goes in. 180 to 18. Rocks dropped on their own units. Okay. Some disagreement among the Orks there. I don't think they're very happy. I think that was Cry dropping a nuke on Peroncho's Nobs, but I guess they feel like the game is just over. Got a bunch of flash kits. But they've got quite a bunch of, quite a lot of vehicles to deal with here. Still a 1-to-1 cat. There's the 2-to-1 again for blue. Having to deal with a Chaos Predator here. Oh. They have more Terminators now. With Cyclone. The tank can't cap stuff. I guess the Plague Champions can go for it though. It's 2-to-1. And the red team are running out of time. I thought they'd do some work with these triple Nobs, but they didn't really do much. I mean, these guys got level 2. These guys have no XP at all. That's very odd. Yeah, they were dealt with quite well, that Nob squads. Surprisingly well. Overtly with a level 10 Apothecary. Level 10 Commissar. Was level 10 for a while, this guy. Was incredibly effective with Aura of Discipline supporting the Bulgrins. The Bulgrins were level 4. They were powerhouses. 3,200 hit points on those guys. Level 7 Lord General for Katla. Katla was struggling a bit on that side, but they recovered. A bunch of Lehman Russes at the end. Lord General did have... No, only the 2 Stormtrooper guys. Level 10 Commando. Did huge amounts of work on the east side, Cry. But losing that early battle wagon was a big blow when they pushed it into base to kill the Stormlord. Mekboy level 5. And the level 4 Plague Champion. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.